Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Just want to take a quick look at the latest developments in the Bitcoin and Ethereum markets, as well as some other things. But yeah, just a reminder, we do a live show every Wednesday at 12:30 Mountain Time. So that's definitely something to join me for. And of course, we have cryptoinfluencers.com, which is my home base. The free channel is here, and the paid one's here in case you're curious about how I do all of my trading. Okay, let's look at this. Bitcoin dominance chart. There is a level here that is absolutely rock solid. We cannot cross this for the life of us. This line right here is the challenge. So we had alts destroying the world when this red candle showed up. We had Bitcoin destroy the world yesterday. And now we're on this day where we had kind of a wild morning, and then Bitcoin dominance is dropping back off again. So we have kind of an interesting thing. I expected some kind of resistance in this area, but I thought we would have fallen by now. So it's very interesting that we're just doing this push and pull, give and take, and back and forth. We've ranged in this area for so long, it's just really unusual. Let me just pop this in here. This is our range for our current Bitcoin dominance. So it'll break out one or the other. Most historically, we would break out the top side of this. So that's that's what I would expect to see. But there's nothing. We've gone straight up and absolutely gone sideways. There's no pennant. There's no bear flag. There's no bull flag. This is simply consolidation, fully sideways. Really, really strange. And to kind of see us reject this morning was pretty odd. So some very strange developments happening. So yesterday we talked about how we were on the verge of a breakout. And we did get a breakout. And it looked exactly like this. This was our breakout. Wow. Can you call him? You can call him, but you have no idea what the result will be. So yes, we got a breakout, but this is pretty much the wrong way you want to break out. This is the worst possible breakout you could ask for. So we were gearing up. Things were looking good. And if I go to hourly, let me just move over here. Hourly, what time of night did we move? It was the midnight marauders. About an hour after, 1 hour or 2 hours after the end of day, when all the markets are quiet, when there's very little volume, with these massive volume, and we definitely broke out. Crossed 29,000. It was all over the, everyone got their tweet. Hey, we just cracked 29,000. And then 15 minutes later, boom, low of 28. Just drops 1,000 bones in a minute. So funny. So funny. Anyway, this is crypto for you. That's why we like to keep things a little bit careful. I was telling the pros this morning, it's possible that I don't have the absolute rock solid, perfect indicators, strategy. I can read charts like crazy, but being an expert at reading charts doesn't make you a good trader. In fact, sometimes the better you are, the more overconfident you get. And if you're not consistent, you can kind of blow yourself up that way. What makes me an expert is that I'm good at risk management. I'm very careful about not getting in too big. I have really strict rules that I follow, and these are the things that I teach on the pro channel, so that you can, you might be a better trader than I am, but I guarantee my risk management is as good as it gets, and that's what keeps me in the game. So we had a breakout just exactly like we expected, and then we fell apart the second later. So on the daily, we ended up with a kind of an ugly resistance wick. We pulled back pretty far, 27,500 almost, 27,686 was our low on Binance. But we've been recovering a decent amount of that today. So this is getting closer and closer to an indecision candle, which just means that we're not quite ready to break out. And in fact, this isn't even that ugly. If we keep a candle body above this level here, well, it's pretty much 28,000, 27,969, then we might have just shooken up some of the orders up in here, but we didn't really lose half of our candle body. So our midpoint on our candle body was about 27,800, and as long as we close above that, we're not completely off the rails. And in fact, had we just come up and closed right here, it would have been really ugly. The fact that we put down this tail that got completely bought back up, and I'm speaking too soon. We still have 2 hours and 45 minutes, so this could all look different by the time this video is out. But if we're recovering all of this ground that we lost, it kind of shows that bulls are still here, which is awesome. So in other words, we're just kind of patiently abiding through this. Ethereum, well, so we have an intraday high today of this year. This year we do have an annual high. So intraday we did shake up some things, and this has definitely contributed to our short squeeze. It's also probably why the midnight marauders went ahead and pushed this up, because they probably knew there was a squeeze on the table and they could take advantage of it under with low volumes and nobody watching. So anyway, pretty cool though. I mean, we're definitely, every time you get a new yearly high, that's progress. Ethereum didn't quite play out the same way. We're nowhere near our yearly high. In fact, this is our 5th or 6th high, from the high. So we've had plenty of other highs higher than this, and we're just barely there. So this ends up being a complete indecision candle, but I don't mind us hanging out above the midpoint of this range. So nothing's lost here either. What I like about this chart is that you can see how we're hovering above the 9 and our 20 is sloping upwards. We might be gearing up for our next move. So that's kind of what I was expecting yesterday, because this definitely looked like we were gearing up. Now it's a little bit uncertain, but in my case, I'm super patient and I expect this thing to move. So I'm gonna hang on to my longs and keep riding this. So yeah, some interesting stuff. Over on the right hand side of my screen, you can kind of see the coins that I'm following. All of the greens and reds are as of 9 o'clock this morning. So you can kind of see how now the market's been a little bit mixed, but there are a fair number of alts that are outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin has dropped $172 since 9 o'clock this morning. Ethereum's gone up by $5 since this morning. And so these are the MEXC global closes, and you can see across the board, there's probably a slight preference to green right now, which is pretty cool. And obviously this is as a result of Bitcoin dominance pulling back to 47.5%. So yeah, pretty wild. It's just fun to watch this kind of unfold. But right now we're just totally ranging. Like we're right in the middle of this. It's just going on and on and on. It's easy to get impatient, make stupid moves. You might be tempted to start placing big orders, hoping to snipe a few percentage points or something. It's just not worth it. I'm all about the risk reward, and right now, when you're going sideways, you're just waiting. The reward is yet to come. It would be really dumb to close a position early, expecting things to, just because we think that things are going to continue to range. Like, what if you were selling here at 28.6 and then trying to buy at 27.3, thinking that, yeah, this is just going to do this forever. I'm just going to get on this bandwagon. And then we launch and then you've sold. It'd be dumb. Or if you bought and we dropped. So I'm just keeping where we are and hanging on for the next actual move. But these Mexi global closes are interesting. Here you can actually see almost a little bit of a double top coming. Resistance candle here, but support candle here. So tomorrow it'll be interesting to see where this is. Obviously we have momentum coming up and our 20 is coming up for support. So Bitcoin actually looks pretty healthy on that time frame. And then Ethereum, same thing. Like, we do have a little bit of a lower high, but we have higher highs coming in. So when you change the close to the normal UTC close, this is what the chart looks like for Ethereum. But if you move it to the 9 o'clock close, it's way prettier. There's a lot more ups and downs here, and you can actually sense that increase. So it almost feels there's just a very small, there's a little bit of downward pressure right through here, but there's a larger support coming up this way. So they're kind of doing this, and it's hard to see when you have that other thing. This just looks like it's all over the map. But there's strength here. It's just kind of hidden. So I'm waiting for the next breakout, and I'll wait patiently for as long as it takes. This market is heating up. We're definitely we're moving the right direction. So that's pretty much it for today. We'll see how these end up closing by end of day, and we will, we'll talk about it tomorrow and see where we're at. Thanks for joining me, and we'll try to keep up to date on all these little moves. See you guys. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.